Hey y'all, No here. Well, I'm about ready to leave the Edwards, Colorado area. I'm still dealing with some of the effects of altitude, and my oxygen saturation has improved, but sometimes my heart rate actually gets up into triple digits just to keep my oxygen saturation above 90. And so I'm coming to the realization that this may be a shorter trip time-wise than I thought it was going to be, because most of the places that I'm going are at higher altitudes, at least until I get on Trans-Canadian Highway. So a lot of the things that I hope to do and go, I may not be able to do them because of this problem with my oxygen saturation. But I'm okay with that. God's in control. God knows who I'm supposed to meet and where, and maybe the people I need to meet aren't at high altitude, but looking up at the mountains instead of looking down from the mountains. Either way, that's why I'm on this trip. It's for the people. It's not for me or for scenery or anything like that. It's not even for you. So I'm heading to Pinedale, Wyoming this morning. And so I thought I would give you a little look around at the place where I've been camped for the last 3 nights. So let's just take a little drive around the campground. So it's situated on the Eagle River. It's quite beautiful here and very tranquil. A lot of folks come here just for the day and fish. They say there's really good fishing on this river. But most of the campsites are not very large, but they're pretty level. And there's about 6 of them. They're all about like that. It is $20 a night, unless you're an old guy like me, and if you have an America the Beautiful lifetime pass, you get a 50% discount. So the name of the campground, if I can get a shot of it here, is the Wolcott BLM campground. They didn't even put the name on it, but I believe it's WOLCOTT. It's right close to Interstate 70. You can actually hear the traffic from Interstate 70, but it's not that loud. You kind of tune it out in a way too. And so it's just a short walk to the pit toilet here. And so I'm about to empty my trash cans and take one last trip to the long drop. So hopefully we'll see you in Pinedale. All right, I have arrived safely at Pinedale, that is. I'm going to be spending the night tonight at the Warren Bridge campground. It's very level. The campsites look very good. There are lots of them. I mean, it's 6:30 in the evening, and looks like there's only maybe 4 people here at all. I know there's at least 13 campsites because I got number 13, a lucky number. No, not my lucky number, my favorite number. So I kind of took a scenic route up here out of Edwards towards Steamboat Springs. It's not the fastest way to get here, but I was really amazed at how different the mountains are in the northwest of Colorado versus the rest of the state. It looks a lot like Utah, except it has trees because it has like the red rocks and the red dirt, stuff like that. So I stopped in Rock Springs at the Walmart to pick up a few things, mainly water. I have been using a gallon of water per day in this dry, low humidity climate. And it's really more water than I'm used to having to use in a week's time, you know. So just be prepared if you come here that make sure you got some salt, because that's something that I left at home, but I bought today because with some sodium in your diet, you won't have to drink quite as much water as without it. It's pretty cold right now. I mean, this is the end of June, but it's 57 degrees at 6:30 at night. The wind is blowing like crazy. Well, relatively speaking, driving up here, it was blowing more than it's blowing right now. But I don't think I'm going to have any trouble with it being hot when I go to bed and cold when I wake up. I think it's going to be pretty much cold, or at least cool all night tonight. And I like that because I don't like to have to switch horses in the middle of the night from a hot horse to a cold horse. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's all for now. I'll give you a little tour of the campground tomorrow before I leave, when it's maybe a little warmer. So I'll see you tomorrow morning, okay? This morning now, it got down to 27 degrees last night. And that's a little chilly, a little more chilly than I was used to, but I loved it. I slept really well. So I told you I'd take you for a little tour of the campground this morning. I'm planning on hiking the Sacred Rim Trail today. It's a little overcast, so I'm not too sure how the views are going to look, but it's supposed to be sunny tomorrow. So if it looks good and I can't get good views today, I might go back tomorrow. You never know. So anyway, let's take a look at the campground, and then I'm going to head into Pinedale. I think the thing I like about this campground is that it is so level compared to a lot of places. And it's pretty standard for what you see around here. There's a couple of pit toilets, but this one we're about to approach is the one that you want to use, because the other two are not vented. So yeah, this is the one you want right there. Speaking of which, I think I'm gonna go use it before I hit the road. Well, that didn't work out. Drove almost to the trailhead, but the higher in elevation I got, the more it started to rain and the clouds just got lower and lower, and I saw I wasn't going to be able to see anything. So I'm back at the same campground that I was for last night, so I'm going to spend the day here and the night tonight. There's good cell phone reception. I'm getting at least 3 bars. So I'm just going to sit around and watch some TV, catch up on some emails, maybe edit this video and try to make it to where you can make some sense out of it. So anyway, tomorrow will be a better day, and if it's not, it won't matter anyway. Well, patience is a fruit of the Spirit, and sometimes we have to exercise patience towards each other. Sometimes we have to exercise patience with the weather. Sometimes we even have to exercise patience with God. So, as I said yesterday, I think, it was just too rainy, too gloomy. I wasn't going to be able to see anything on the trail I wanted to hike. So I just cut my losses, come back to the same campground, spent the night here again last night. It's a great place to stay. I highly recommend it. So today the weather is much, much improved, and I think it's going to be a great day to go for a hike in this area. But first, I'm headed for the Sublette County Recycling Center. I'm constantly having to buy water in these big gallon jugs, and I'm constantly having to try to figure out a place to get rid of the empty bottles once I pour the water into my water tank. And Walmart no longer has trash cans in their parking lot, and that has been my go-to for many years. I just buy the water from Walmart, pour it in my water tank, and then, leave the empty bottles in their trash cans. Well, they don't supply the trash cans anymore, but the Lord kind of put it into my head this morning, if you was at home, you wouldn't throw it in the Walmart trash cans. You'd take it to the recycling center. And sure enough, I did a search and found that there is a recycling center in Pinedale. So that's where I'm headed first. And so I'm going to take that approach as I travel along. I'm not just going to throw all these empty plastic jugs into a trash can somewhere if there is a convenient place to recycle them. And I have an idea that there may be a lot of places like that. So I'm off there first, and then I'm headed back to the Sacred Rim Trail to try it again today. I feel pretty confident about it, but, you never know. What I definitely don't know is why I wasn't able to do that hike yesterday, but I am able to do it today. Does God have one of those divine appointments? Am I supposed to meet somebody on that trail that I need to share some light or encouragement or education with? We'll see today. So I'll see you when we get back from a hike. Well, that was a short hike. I got up to the trailhead and got out of the van, and instantly I checked my oxygen saturation, and it was 89%. So I knew it wasn't looking good. I walked about 100 feet up the trail, and my oxygen saturation dropped to 75, which is pretty dangerous in a way. So I immediately came back to the van. So looks like distance-wise, the trip's going to be the same as I planned it, but time-wise, it's probably going to go a little quicker than I anticipated, because it looks like 7,000 feet of elevation is about the limit of what my body can tolerate. So if I'm honest, I'd have to say, I'm a little bit heartbroken, because all I'm going to be able to do is drive by beautiful mountains. I can't really hike up any of them. But this trip never was about me or beautiful scenery or anything like that. And so, I just will travel on and keep spreading light and joy and peace and the gospel to anybody that will listen as I go. It's pretty shocking to me, a little bit surprising. It's never happened before. Well, maybe it has, and I just didn't realize it at the time, but I used to be able to go anywhere and hike any trail and not having problems with it, but I guess those days are gone. So I'll just say what Job said: the Lord gives and the Lord takes away, but blessed be the name of the Lord. It doesn't matter. Well, I'm in Idaho now, and I'm staying the night at the Pine Creek campground. It's near Victor, Idaho. Supposedly it is below 7,000 feet in altitude, but my oxygen saturation is holding about 92%. My heart rate is around 82%. But if I walk up the hill to the toilet, my heart rate shoots up to 130 or more. So I'm not sure what elevation I am at right now. Hopefully it'll be safe for me to sleep here tonight, because at rest my oxygen saturation is holding above 90. So hopefully I'll wake up tomorrow morning. But that really raises another question, a more important question. And that is, as I venture on up into the Canadian Rockies, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to find reliable altitude campsites to be safe to sleep overnight. So I don't have to decide that tonight, but eventually I'm going to have to make that decision, whether to continue all the way up to Jasper as I had originally planned, or to just take the Trans-Canadian Highway as soon as I can get to it and head east toward the plains and away from the mountains of Canada, which I missed being able to see in 2023 because of the fires, and which I would love to get to see, even if I can't do any hiking in those mountains. But I'll have to do what's safe, and I'm almost to the halfway point. In 2 weeks' time, I would say I'm probably 3/8 of the way of the whole route that I was planning on going. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to finish episode 3 right here. Tomorrow I'm planning on trying to drive up to Victor and Driggs. Supposedly that's the area that you can see the west side of the Grand Teton Mountains, which I've never seen before, and that was one of the highlights that I wanted to see, was what many people call the backside of the Tetons. I'd never seen them before. They say it's quite different from the east side. So hopefully I can do that safely. And then I think there's a Sawtooth Mountain scenic highway that hopefully I can drive. Hopefully the altitude won't be so high that it's not safe for me to drive. So anyway, that ends episode 3 with more questions than answers, but God will provide them. So until next time, vaya con Dios.